Okay, players, you are doubtlessly interested in PR. That's public relations. What can some publicity or media attention do for your business, your brand, your cause, your event, your nonprofit? And I'm here to tell you everything I have learned over many years of doing PR in all different formats for all different businesses. Now, I want to specify that I haven't done PR necessarily for big brands that everybody already knows. So I have taken some of the best rules, tricks, best practices of PR and applied them to small businesses, startups, individuals, authors, thought leaders, creators, filmmakers, photographers. And I want to teach you how you can use the tricks of the trade from big companies to help you and your growing business, your just launching business, your tiny project to help it grow and get the audience and attention that it deserves. So the first step of that is for you to understand what PR is, what it isn't, and understand whether now is the right time for you to get the boost that PR can give your brand. So let me tell you about some of the results that I have gotten from my clients through PR. But first, who am I? My name's Ciara Pressler, and my company is Pregame. You're here right now. And my company before this, Pressler Collaborative, was a marketing and PR agency based in New York City, the most competitive media market. And I was doing marketing strategy for clients, and they wanted PR. So I found a document that somebody had written about how to do PR on the internet, and I started there. I followed the directions, and then I grew my own methodology out of there through just feet on the ground doing PR for these clients, as well as hiring my friends who were at PR and big companies to do freelance projects for my company and my clients. And they trained me on the job about how to do PR better. So we took some of the theory, some of the practice, and all of the results and put it together into DIYPR. I started this course, DIYPR, Do Your Own Public Relations, because it's not a good investment for most companies, businesses, individuals that are very small to hire a PR firm. Most PR professionals I know will not get out of bed for less than $5,000 a month. You're looking at closer to $10,000 a month just for your basic PR services and with a 6-month or 12-month minimum contract because these results do take time. And they're not trying to rip you off. Like they are doing a ton of work for you. I'm not doing any of this or saying any of this to diss PR firms. They work hard for money that is well deserved. But that's not affordable for a lot of us who are just starting out or who have a new business, new concept. And so it's really important that you do everything within your power that you can possibly do to get your own PR before you go out and hire. All right. So let's say you do take this leap and you do your own PR. What kind of results can you expect? Well, using this method, here are just a few of the results I've gotten from my clients. Placement in the media on a local level, in their hometown, in huge cities like New York, LA, Chicago, and national press. Increased sales have followed from this. Sold out shows and events with celebrities in attendance. These clients have become known throughout their industries as an authentic example of how to do it, how to innovate, and how to connect with their own customers. They've won prestigious industry awards. They've been featured in editorials and feature articles in print, on podcasts, on radio, on television. They have put investors on notice and used some of these results to impress their investors, potential investors, and their board. They've secured their own editorial columns where they're welcome back every week to share their perspective. And for my own PR, I've secured over $50,000 in client commitments just through one article that I wrote and got published in a third-party media outlet. So, whatever your goal is, you can achieve it through PR. But wait, is PR the panacea to all that ails you in your business? Absolutely not. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200 or $2,000 or $2 million unless you've got everything else under control. because the risk you take if you do PR too early can be a risk that you are not willing to bear the repercussions of, okay? If you do PR too early, you get that hit, but you don't have the inventory to supply the demand. So let's say you get published in Oprah's favorite things, but you don't have the inventory to fulfill on all the orders that come through, you don't get a second chance. All right. People come to your website once, they're not going to hang out there forever and wait for you to replenish. They're going to move on and buy from someone else. People's attention spans are way too short. If you do PR too early, same thing. You might not get the repeat coverage, and you may have just kind of like spent that capital with that media outlet. You also need to not expect things that PR can't do or can't do in the timeline you expect. Most clients come to me too late. It's too late for them to do PR. They're like, my book's coming out next week. Let's get some coverage. No, book PR needs to happen 3 to 6 months in advance. We need to start strategizing well before your book is coming out. And then you have a very limited amount of time while your book or your film or your event is still new enough that people want to cover it. Otherwise, it's yesterday's news. And then the big one, sales. If you are just doing PR to make more money, there are so many other things you can do to up your sales, boost your fundraising, get investors that cost you a lot less money, time, and bandwidth to achieve. So let's say you're just doing PR as an idea to sell more. Listen, it's going to take a while. It's going to be a big investment. So make sure that you are measuring your return on investment accurately, both in how much you stand to make and how much time it will take to bring that money in. If you're in emergency mode, PR is not the solution. Okay, so let's say you've decided, yeah, PR is the thing for me. What are your options? Okay, you can hire a PR firm. That might be the best thing for you if you are too busy to do it yourself. If you have the budget to invest in a PR firm, if you're willing to build that long-term relationship and you're willing to comparison shop to find the right PR firm for you. And I will provide you the questions to ask a PR firm before you hire. Yeah, a PR firm might be the great match that's going to take your business to the next level, and you should definitely look into that. Maybe you need someone who's completely focused just on your business, in which case you need to hire a PR staffer or maybe a contractor to come in and do PR only for you. There is power with having an individual with sole focus, but there's also power with a whole firm behind you. So you'll need to weigh the pros and cons of each. Or you can do it yourself. So do it yourself might look like a couple different things. You might be the founder, the creator, the entrepreneur, and you want to do PR for your own brand. That can be awesome. People love to talk to the founder themselves. Journalists love to talk to the entrepreneur, to the creator. So it can be great for you to be the person forming those relationships, and they are relationships. Or if you are a marketer and you want to build your toolbox and become more valuable to your company, or maybe move up in your career going forward, or even jump off like I did and start your own firm, getting PR skills is going to be very valuable and make you that much more valuable in your career to your team, to your boss, to your brand. So DIYPR is for creators, makers, entrepreneurs, nonprofit executives, thought leaders, and individuals who are just interested in upping your reputation, up leveling your game, getting more exposure for all you do, and building your legacy. It's so rewarding. And I am here to guide you through every step. You absolutely can do it yourself. All it takes is a little strategy and dedication, and of course, that commitment to keep working on it consistently through the months and the years, because that is where you will see results. This is not a quick fix. If you're looking for a magic pill, don't come to Pregame. We're about real results in the real world, and we will show you exactly how to do it. Are you ready? Game on.